Hello and welcome to Total War Shogun 2. Today we will be opening voting on the faction I will be using for my Shogun 2 Let's Play. We'll be doing a long campaign and on hard, which I may bump up to very hard if we have a clan with a easy starting position. So I'm gonna quickly go through the clans and list the advantages they have. So the Chosokabe, I haven't played them before, but they have better and cheaper bow infantry and have increased income from farms, which could be easier. Also they are alone on this little set of islands here, and that gives them a pretty easy starting position. Shimazu, they have better katana samurai and better recruitment and upkeep costs for katana samurai and increased loyalty from generals. They start down here on Kyushu, I think it is, and that kind of means that their home provinces, the ones that will be the most developed towards the end of the game, are actually pretty far from the place they will be fighting, which makes it more difficult, but at the same time it's perfectly doable. And mostly it says it's easy, but it's a bit hard to get yourself moving because there's significant distance between you and neighboring castle towns, so it takes a long march to get to your enemies, and by that time they have managed to build up a bit of an army, so it's a bit more difficult. But yeah, this is one of the two clans I've actually played to completion. So, and I think a lot of let's plays have been done on the Shimazu, so I'm not particularly eager to make use of them. Further, we have the Hojo, who have cheaper castles, superior siege units, and reduced recruitment for siege units. Their position is pretty good, but I have not really used siege units in this game, and I do not think it's a particularly valuable advantage. Further, we have the Mori, who can recruit superior ships and whose ships move faster and are cheaper. Sea battles, I really don't like them, and I don't think they're a huge part of the game, but they do have a pretty decent starting position. Further, we have the Oda. They are from the very beginning starting with a war on multiple fronts, so that creates certain difficulties, but they have improved morale for all foot soldiers, Ashigaru, non-professional warriors like the samurai, and reduced recruitment and upkeep for them. So they can raise very large armies very quickly, which in the beginning of the game is very valuable, since mostly all you can really make use of is foot soldiers, because you need an army quickly and they can build up a significant force fast. Then again, their initial challenge is hard because they're surrounded by enemies and clans which could potentially turn hostile, so it's very difficult to get started and you have to constantly deal with attacks on multiple fronts. And this is another of the clans which I have played to completion since, well, I did enjoy the challenge. Moving on, we have the Date, who have superior no-dachi samurai, which are essentially they're two-handed swords, but they're bigger and heavier than katanas. So the no-dachi samurais are slightly worse in melee, but they're better during the initial charge. And they have charge bonus to all units, but they start up here. Most of the trade routes are towards the south of Japan, but they do have one which is exclusively theirs, and that one actually provides iron, so I suppose that is an advantage, since that one would be relatively easy to secure, but they need to work their way down way far, and that is a disadvantage. Further on, we have the Takeda, who can recruit superior cavalry, have reduced recruitment and upkeep for cavalry, and also have improved morale for cavalry. And their starting position is, well, it says hard, but I don't think it's too bad. It's workable, shall we say. Although, well, yeah, they should... I think they are surrounded by enemies from the start, so... well, we'll see. Then we have the Tokugawa, who have reduced recruitment costs and upkeep for Kisho ninjas, can recruit superior Kisho ninjas, and plus 2% to Mitsuki actions and bonus to diplomatic relations. And their initial challenge is hard. They actually start as vassals of the Imagawa, who are just to the north of them, I suppose, since the map is tilted. So, you know, the stuff that is towards the west is actually to the south. But they are the ones that actually won this conflict, historically, in the end. As for their bonuses, I don't know, I don't see anything special. Then, further on we have the Uesugi, who have better warrior monks, which might be a very interesting advantage to play. But again, they have a situation where we have some interesting distances to travel, which could slow us down. Anyway, cheaper warrior monks and superior warrior monks, plus increased trade income on top of that, so not too bad. Initial challenge is also hard. Then we have Hattori, who starts smack down in the center, and they have they have bonuses for ninjas, and specialist Hattori units possess Kisho training, and specialist Hattori units can hide effectively in battle. I don't know how much of an advantage that would actually confer, but their initial challenge is just normal, since they're not surrounded by enemies, just allies. Well, not allies so much as neutral clans. So you won't be immediately ganged up on. And they are smack down in the center, neighboring Kyoto, in fact. So it is pretty, you know, good position, since you can spread out in every direction as you desire. Further on we have the Iko Iki. The Iko Iki can support large units of Veshigaru, but which are weak but have high morale, and can recruit superior warrior monks as well. Generals can convert provinces to the Iko faith and cannot recruit Metsuke, which is a negative thing. Metsuke, ninja and monks are the different types of agents you can have. Now the Iko Iki, they are in a lot of trouble pretty much always, because they're religious fanatics. Their religion is different than that which the other clans preach. Namely, they have something which is called Iko, whereas everyone else, except for the last clan in the list, has Shinto Buddhism, which puts them at a disadvantage because everyone will hate them. And last but not least, we have the Otomo starting on Kyushu, I believe, who have reduced recruitment cost for gunpowder infantry, faster import of matchlocks, which means you can recruit them faster, gunpowder infantry, reduced cost for missionary actions, and improved rate of conversion to the clan's religion. But they are Christian. They trade with the Europeans and they have gone over to the Christian faith. But they can recruit gunpowder units very easily, which I have not used extensively because the trade port, which trades with Europeans, which is necessary in order to make that, actually spreads Christianity, and that causes unrest unless you actually convert to Christianity, in which case every other province gets pissy. But they start with Christianity, which means that virtually every single province you conquer will have to be converted, but they do have some advantages, and those are the clans. We'll be playing with long campaign. The stuff highlighted in green is the province we will have to capture, and every single clan has to capture Kyoto in order to win. So I will be starting a game of Civilization 5 Gods and Kings as Japan today, and I believe we will start this campaign after I finished that Let's Play and you have had a chance to vote. I know I have not finished my Rome Total War campaign, but I ran into some problems. I ended up recording a whole session without actually with the story saving it in the wrong format, so I couldn't convert it, and very few people were actually watching it, so really I ended up getting frustrated with it, and I left it at that, and that Let's Play should be considered over, although I suppose if enough people ask me to continue it, I might keep going with it until it's actually done, since we were somewhat, well, a ways through the game, but really, frankly, I'm not feeling it. I think it's just not worth the effort of continuing. And I do apologize for that. I do try to finish the things I start, but sometimes it's just... you know, and if you're not having fun doing it, what's the point anyway? Anyway, leave your votes and comments, and I suppose I'll start recording the Civilization 5 game right now. So, yeah, see you in a bit.